Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. As always, my name is Andrew Cavanaugh. I want to say thank you for coming back to Cavanaugh's Corner. Today on the channel, I'm going to be reviewing a movie that just came out just a couple days ago. And it is a movie that I have been waiting a long time for. If you guys have watched my other two videos I've come out with the last couple weeks, you'll know that this is my review of the new James Bond film, No Time to Die, starring Daniel Craig, Léa Seydoux, Ana de Armas, Rami Malek. The list goes on and on and on. But I wanted to review this movie because it's an important movie to me. This is Daniel Craig's last outing as 007, and I really was very much anticipating this film. This is a movie that has been delayed now almost 2 years or so, and I'm so excited that it's finally out, and I saw it Thursday night in IMAX. And the one thing I want to start off by saying is that my review here is not going to get into any spoilers whatsoever. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, you don't have to worry about spoilers at all. I'm not even going to get into like what the plot is, because I think it's important for you guys to see it and really go into it with no idea with what's going to happen, because I think that's a big thing that helps this movie, is if you go in not knowing even the slightest bit about the plot, it really does hold your interest a lot more. So don't worry about it. There's no spoilers in this review. So first off, I want to say, as I mentioned a moment ago, I did see it in IMAX. And the cinematography in this movie is some of the best in the series. That IMAX ratio, that aspect ratio, is just amazing to see. And the visuals in this film are just stunning. I absolutely love them. I don't think it's as good as Skyfall. I think that's still the high watermark for the series. But it really gets pretty close a few times, and the movie is just, it is just beautiful to look at throughout. There's not a scene in this movie that doesn't look masterfully shot, and Cary Fukunaga's direction there is really to thank. He did a fantastic job directing this movie, and the action scenes are very well done. Really pretty much everything, even, establishing shots look beautiful in this. So it really is one of these movies that you kind of look at and go, ooh, wow, that's really nice. I kind of like that. So it's a very pretty film, very beautiful looking film, and the cinematography is just outstanding in it. The big thing for me that I was kind of a little concerned about was, how are the performances going to be in this? And one thing I have to say, across the board, the performances are also amazing. Ana de Armas is really the standout in this, ironically enough. She steals the whole show, and she is really only in one scene in this movie. And ironically enough, it ends up being the best scene in the film. It is a very kind of fun action scene, but you can really tell that her and Craig have this amazing chemistry together. And if you've seen Knives Out, you know why she's in this movie. She really is fantastic, and I have to give her a lot of credit for doing some of the moves that she does in this movie in that dress and those heels. Can't even imagine what that must have been like, but she really is just phenomenal in this movie. Léa Seydoux is also back. And I think she gives a much better performance in this movie than in the last one, Inspector. It's a very emotional performance that she delivers, but I totally bought into it the entire time. Her chemistry with Daniel Craig is also massively improved in this film. And you can feel it. You can really feel that chemistry in this, and it's very important to the story. So it's good to see that worked, for me at least. As for Daniel Craig, he really is top-notch here. He gives really new definitions to Bond in this performance that we have not seen in probably over 50 years. And I wish I was kidding, but we really do get a very nuanced performance from Daniel Craig in this. He's serious, he's funny, he's very heartfelt, which is, again, a very rare thing to get from Bond. Bond is a very cold character most of the time, and in this, it's a very different type of performance from him, and he really gives it his all. He's just amazing in this, and you can really tell at times he's having more fun here than he's ever had in any of the previous Bond films that he's done, and it's you can see it. Like, you can see he's having a ball, and it's great. I really loved it. He's just really phenomenal. Christoph Waltz is back as Blofeld in this. Not in it for an extremely long period of time, but I think he is honestly the weakest link of all the actors in the film, and it's not his fault. I think he does the best that he can do, but sadly he's not given much to do. But when he is on screen, it kind of just felt more of the same from Spectre, to me at least. But for what it is, he does his best, and he is a fantastic actor. I mean, he really is just an amazing actor. But he does what he can with what he's given, and sadly, it's not much. The plot itself, I'm not going to really get into here at all, because like I mentioned, I want you to go into this movie with no idea what to expect. And even though the villain's plot is a little contrived and a little muddled at times, I think the way the movie goes about how it unfolds is so refreshing for a Bond film. I mean, I don't remember the last time I went to a Bond film and I couldn't really see where it was going. In this, there are a lot of twists and turns that are very unexpected, and I did not know from one scene to the next who to trust, what characters, were trustworthy, and I just didn't know where it was going to go, and that was really refreshing to me for a Bond film, because they're usually very much by the numbers and formulaic in a way, but I really liked it. I really, really liked the plot. Again, like I said, the villain's plot, Rami Malek is Safin in this, and he's kind of the big bad guy, and his plot is fascinating enough, but as the movie goes on, as I mentioned, there are some twists and turns, and I kind of got confused on what his reasoning was for certain things. Again, I'm not going to get into it, but it kind of confused me a little. But Rami Malek, again, is a great actor, and in this, he's very scary. He's kind of almost like a horror movie villain in this, more than a Bond villain, and that was really creepy, and he is really creepy in this. He's got that makeup going on that just makes him so kind of hard to look at, but he does a pretty great job in it, and again, the plot for what it is very interesting. It keeps you on the edge of your seat there, but for a movie that is almost 3 hours long, I didn't feel like it was that length. It's a very fast-paced film. You're so into it, and you're so involved with the characters, or at least I was, that the time just flies by, and it didn't really feel like 2 hours 40-something minutes to me at all. Besides that, I really enjoyed Hans Zimmer's score in this. They brought Hans in to do the musical score for this film, and I think he does a really great job. It does have that Zimmer vibe to it, but there are also some really beautiful, lush orchestrations that are used throughout, and a couple really incredible callbacks to a previous Bond film. It really had me emotionally going. It really got me a few times, and it's beautiful. He did a really beautiful job. Now, I know some people aren't going to like this movie. I know there are some twists and turns that I mentioned earlier that I definitely didn't see coming, and I think there's some stuff that's going to divide people, especially big fans of the series. Now, I love the Bond films. I grew up watching these movies. I don't consider myself like a die-hard fan, but I do have a love for these movies. I really love this film, and I commend the filmmakers on what they did with this film here, because as I mentioned, this movie does not unfold the way that you would expect. I have to say that, there are some really brave decisions made with this film, and I'm thankful for that, because a lot of times movies these days will cop out, and they did not cop out with this film, in my mind. I think they stuck to their guns, and they made a movie that is way more than just a Bond film. It's a fantastic film unto itself. And I gotta tell you, it's hands down the best final performance by a Bond actor in the series ever, hands down, in my opinion. Craig has been really a Bond for the ages here, and I'm just glad that I was around for this, and especially to see him go through the series and develop the character so well. I think he has built a legacy here that is going to endure for many, many years. And all I can say is, whoever is going to play this role next, boy, oh boy, they got some big shoes to fill, because I think Craig is honestly one of, if not the best Bond of all time. And my hat's off to him and the filmmakers for really ending his tenure on an extraordinary high note. I think this film is one of the best Bond films ever. Where it lands in my list, in my head, I don't know as of right now. I need to see the movie again. But honestly, I think this and Casino Royale, which is, Craig's first and last, are two of the best Bond films ever. And I think those are his best, honestly. Even though I love Skyfall, I think Casino and this are his best, and I love this film. I highly recommend you go see No Time to Die in theaters. See it on the biggest screen possible. If you can see it in IMAX, it really does enhance the whole experience. So go see it in IMAX. And I'm giving No Time to Die a 4.5 out of 5. Again, just a fantastic film. Not even just a Bond film, just a great film overall. And I loved every minute of it. Thank you so much again for coming back to Cavanaugh's Corner. As always, if you like this review, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel so I can bring you more like this in the future. Until then, please stay safe and take it easy.